Massive Bulls update report reveals a move that is imminent when it comes to the Bulls front office and head coach Billy Donovan. Hi, I'm Shaq Barnes here with another episode of Bulls Digest, the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls. And I also noticed that 67% of you guys have been watching the channel and have not subscribed. Treat it like the Bulls intro and run right through the subscribe button. And you know how I do when I do videos. I do not waste you guys' time. Let's get right into the news. Um, Bulls report reveal Bulls executive Artūras Karnišovas and Marc Eversley received a contract extension. This just coming out from the news where another guy who have received an extension in Billy Donovan, and he's in the process of getting an extension. But AK and Marc Eversley have been locked down and secured. Um, now what I'm hearing is it's just crazy to me. Now, man, dude, I'm not shocked from the fact of if you know about the Bulls franchise. I'm not shocked from that point. They usually don't move people around like that. But I am shocked from the fact that like today's era, people keeping their jobs, which I don't want nobody to get fired. Let's say this by the way, keeping their job secure and not have like success like how we had with the Chicago Bulls. A lot of teams will move on. Billy Donovan record with the Bulls isn't as that good. And then if you look at the track record of AK and the Marc Eversley, the moves they guys made hasn't really been that good. You could go back and look at the Zach Lavine max contract signing, knowing that you didn't really want to sign him, plus the package that you got back for him. The Nikola Vucevic trade. Did you give up too much for the Nikola Vucevic trade? But they look at DeMar DeRozan waiting 2 years too late to trade DeMar DeRozan. Um, Patrick Williams contract extension, not letting him hit the market, pretty much overpaying for Patrick Williams and making it look like he has one of the worst contracts in the league. And then trading key role players when they was good on the team. So it's like the track record ain't really as been that good for this team. But we understand that like the Chicago Bulls franchise usually don't move guys around like that. I think we should add that in the process. Obviously, don't do what the Phoenix Suns do and fire a coach every 2 years or every 1 year, and now you got all these guys. But the Bulls locking down the front office and Coach Billy Donovan with extension. Executive VP Artūras Karnišovas talked with Billy Donovan about contract extension after the season ended. According to a source, the talks heated up, signaling that AK and Marc Eversley have already been extended. And this would really kind of like heated up too for people. This was Drew Stevens on Twitter. He's on the heel of a report that the Bulls and Billy Donovan have begun contract negotiations. Artūras and Marc Eversley have already had their deals extended, and a source told it's big on Tuesday. So this ran like Tuesday, and AK they already just said they was talking with Billy Donovan at the end of the season, and I'm I guess it's obviously with the Knicks, what the Knicks got going on right now, it ain't nobody else really out there. But when I see you said that we're going in a different direction from this core, maybe, just maybe a new voice would be better for a team. Obviously, the team is going in a different direction. Billy Donovan is more for that Zach Lonzo, Vuce, DeRozan core. Obviously, the core is not going to be here anymore. So I would think a different voice would have been better. I'm not saying that Billy Donovan is a bad coach. He's going into the Hall of Fame. He's a solid coach. I just think once you go in a new direction, maybe you should have going for a new voice. But AK and Marc Eversley being extended has let it be known that this is their guy. Now, while AK has been active in trying to make changes with the Bulls' current roster this summer, what won't get an overhaul is key personnel in the office that sit at top of the practice courts at Advocate Center. His included. According to research on Wednesday morning, the Bulls were close to finalizing their contract extension for Billy Donovan and had been discussing with the head coach since the end of the season. Why the hold up? The sources speculate that it was always going to happen, but AK and Marc Eversley needed to be extended first, and that has now likely happened. Which is very understandable. This is perfectly understandable because you don't want to re-sign a coach, not knowing if you're going to be there because he's your coach, and if you does not get extended, and then or they just let you go, and you got Billy Donovan in here. The new front office is not going to be happy with Billy Donovan because Billy Donovan is not their guy. That's not the guy that they want to bring in. So this makes sense when it comes to why they're Billy Donovan getting his extension now. But the reports already show that they was ready to sign him at the end of the season, which is still kind of shaky, not even to question it because, like I said, Billy Donovan track record with the Bulls ain't really like top tier, if you ask me. But long story short, for this point, this is where the fans notice and seeing everything. Where the New York Knicks obviously fired Coach Tom Thibodeau. With Tom Thibodeau being fired, the Knicks would call around everybody when they called the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls said, "Nah, we're okay, and we plan on keeping Billy Donovan." And with Billy Donovan still being kept on the roster, then the extension talks came out. But this was really like the talking point of when the Chicago Bulls, or fans realized that the Chicago Bulls will be staying in the direction of head coach Billy Donovan. Because I think Billy Donovan on the Knicks could be a good thing. And also I think Billy Donovan in a new situation could be a good thing. Because like I said, he's not a bad coach. But the Chicago Bulls are happy and satisfied with Billy Donovan. Only thing I do have to question, though, is Billy Donovan record with the Bulls. He 196 and 209. He one win, 4 losses in the playoffs. I done seen coaches get fired who just made the Eastern Conference Finals. I seen coaches get fired 2 years after the championship, a year after the championship. So I don't. What is Billy Donovan doing to keep his job so secure? And how much can us as Bulls fans truly believe that they can get the job done? Can AK get the job done? Can Marc get the job done? Can Billy Donovan get the job done? Because the track record so far is not showing it. You tell us as fans to be patient, but you have to show progress. I get it. You want to be like a team like a Thunder, keep everything in order, but you got to have a plan in progress. A plan in progress so we can understand where we moving and what we doing forward. And you see what happened when the Thunder goes according to plan. This has been another great episode of Bulls Digest. I'm Shaq Barnes. And make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Do rate it 1 through 10 in the comments of how you feel about AK, Marc Eversley, and Billy Donovan getting extended. Peace.